like I said, it just happened so fast. And like, I'm sorry for her. Like, I wish things could have been different. I wish I would never even, had any encounter with her at all, because that was not my intentions to hurt.
But you said to me, I'll never forget this. You looked at me and said, Charles, I don't want to do that to my son. I don't want to show him that I just gave up and I turned my back on him. You said, give me this chance give me the day to talk to the judge and look her in the eye and prove to her and ask her to give me this chance. And I'll risk it. I'll risk the 8. If I could have this moment, try and talk to her and show her that I'm not the person that I was for that 30 or 45 seconds. And if you mess it up, you can get 20.
I'm willing to bet.
I know you are. I'm standing with you.
CR 7730, State of Texas versus Jamaria Simmons. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Charles Duncan, Lindsay Shaw, Mr. Simmons.
Are you Mr. Simmons?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
All right. You entered a plea of no contest on January 22nd. The court ordered a TAP evaluation and a PSI. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report? State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
We have, Judge.
Any objections? State?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
No objections. There are a couple of corrections that we'd like to make.
Yes. You
For
may.
example, on page 1, it lists him as having 2 defendants. He only has 1.
Okay, just one moment.
Some minor things.
Okay, let me pull up the PSI report. Here it is. It's towards the bottom. All right, so page 1.
On page 1, Judge, yes, it lists him as having 2 dependents, and that's actually incorrect. He has 1.
Okay,
So I just wanted that's just a correction to make, not really an objection, but more of a correction.
all right. All right, any other corrections?
No, that was the one thing we wanted to point out as far as we believe that's relevant. So we pointed that out. We wanted to point that out.
All right, according to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 8 years in the prison, and the state is opposing your application. And this is to run concurrent with 2020 CR 2196, but I think that motion was withdrawn. Let me see. Okay. All right, state your opposed. Do you have any witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, any witnesses?
Yes, Judge.
All right, call your first witness. All
I'll call April Simmons.
right, April Simmons. Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. Make sure you keep your voice up so that the court reporter can hear and I can hear. All right, state your name for the record.
April Simmons.
All right, defense.
Ms. Simmons, how are you related to my client, Jamaria Simmons?
I'm his mother.
Ms. Simmons, you understand that today we're here before the Honorable Stephanie Boyd, and she's going to make a decision, a very important decision in your son's life. You understand that, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you may have heard me say that one of the things we wanted to point out to the judge was that the correction in the number of dependents that your son has. And when I say dependents, I'm talking about how many children he has. And how many children does he have?
1.
And since this offense, today we're specifically talking about the offense that happened back in the parking lot the night that his car was, when his car was being tampered with. Do you remember that night?
Yes.
Okay, and that was the night he was shot, the second time he was shot.
Yes.
Okay. And one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about, and one of the things that we're asking the judge to consider when she makes this decision, and one of the things to look at is some of the things that have changed in his life since that night. And one of the big changes in his life has been the role
Okay, son.
with his son. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, how old is his son?
Truth is 4.
4, okay? And the change the big change in his life is now, as I understand it, your son has 100% custody of his son. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And that's through the courts. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
He went to court and the biological mother decided to completely absent herself from her son's life.
Yes.
And when I say absent herself, it's to such an extent that the court granted her the ability to visit her son through a kid share program. And up to this day, she's never, ever even made an effort to even take the court up on an opportunity to visit her son. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And has the opportunity for him to become a full-time father, have you seen that help foster a change in your son that you had not seen prior to?
Yes.
Can you tell the judge a little bit about that?
But, well, since he had his son, to be honest, since his son was born, he really always had his son. He's always been in the home with my son, Jamaria. So it's never been a day that he haven't had his son. So
Okay.
he's really an excellent father, and his son really loves him. And like I say, his son been with him since he was born.
And you understand that one of the things we're asking the judge today is to consider an application for what's called deferred adjudication.
Yes.
And we're not here today asking the judge to overlook our role, or when I say our role, I mean your son's role and what happened that night. What happened that night was terrible.
Yes.
You know, he did something he shouldn't have done, and we're certainly not asking the judge or making any excuses for your son's behavior. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you and I have been through the police report together. We've read the victim impact statement.
Yes.
We know the effect that this had on this poor woman. Is that correct?
Yes.
But since that night, have you seen some changes in your son and an opportunity to perhaps help push him in the right direction? And he had been doing well, except for that,
Yeah.
1 minute.
That night, I'm not making excuses for him. I really don't know what came over him to do that, because I didn't raise him like that. And like the only thing I can say is like a lot of this, he's been through a lot from the part of me losing my son in 2016. He wasn't a part of that. Him and my other son wasn't a part of none of that. So it's like a lot of stuff that didn't happen in my family, which is with my children, that they were never a part of. So I feel like he's going through like depression, or he like, I don't know, like just something that he's going through that he might need help with. But it's a lot that occurred in our life. Like I say, losing my son.
Tell us a little bit about that. And I hate to ask you to, but
Well, I lost my son March 6, 2016. Two of my sons was in the car. My other son survived, but it was where my son was going to give a friend a ride, and they ended up getting ambushed, and my son ended up getting killed. And then with all of that, like, they wasn't a part of the funeral. They wasn't part of none of that. Then after that, we lost my baby sister to breast cancer, and they wasn't really a part of that. And then with my mom, she was going through breast cancer, but thank God that she beat it a few months ago. But it's just a lot that I endure, and my kids is really like all I have. I'm a single parent. I have 9 children. My baby boy, he's in college. Thank God for that. My last 2 baby girls, they in sports. They got accepted to a lot of stuff. So, and then he's a good supporter when it comes to being at their games and stuff like that. So he's one of the big helps in my life too, also.
now, and on this particular night, we know that he was shot, but he had been shot about 4 or 5 months prior to that night. Is that correct as well?
Yes.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell the judge, or anything you think she should know? Because, I mean, she's going to make a very, very important decision, not only in his life, but in his son's life today, right now. Anything else you'd like her to know or to tell her about your son?
I just would like to say, like, the person he was that night, that's not him. Like, Shamari is really a loving, happy, sweet person. Like I said, it's always been me and my kids, and we stick together. He's a great father, and we just do a lot of stuff together. I don't want him to miss out on nothing else that treat in the future with us being the family.
if the judge was to grant him the opportunity to be on deferred adjudication, would you do whatever you could to help him be successful? And
I'm with my kids 100% every time they need.
that's all I have. No more questions. The statement,
Question?
Mr. Escobar may have some questions for you.
Ms. Simmons, first, I want to say I'm sorry for your loss. I only have a couple questions. Does Jamaria, does he own a gun?
No.
And who's Chadai Hall? Chadai Hall? Do you recognize that name?
Mhm.
Chadai Hall, and here I'm showing you.
Oh, that's his brother.
Okay. Nothing but the state.
Okay, that's all I have, Judge.
All right, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
All right, your next witness?
Mr. Simmons.
All right. Before Mr. Simmons testifies, has Mr. Simmons done a drug test today?
Today, no. Would you like him to?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Ms. Abrams, are we able to get a drug test today from Mr. Simmons? All right, so we're going to do a drug test today. All right.
Okay.
Back on the record?
Oh,
Just 1 second, sorry. All right, so probation tells me it's negative. That's a good thing.
No.
All right. So continue with your question?
well, thank you, Judge. Okay. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Simmons, as you know, that today we're here asking the judge to consider our application for deferred adjudication for the offense you pled to. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So, earlier, before we took a break, your mom had testified and answered some questions about your son. So first, before we talk about that, I kind of want to go over, obviously one of the things the judge has to consider is what happened that night, right?
Yes.
And, the judge has the stipulated evidence from the police. When I say stipulated evidence, I mean the police report that talks about your conduct on that night. And she also has the PSI that discusses the meeting you had with the probation department or the PSI officer about that night. And it starts with the fact that, the way this incident started is you're confronted with an individual or two individuals with a gun trying, pulling on the door handle of your car. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then unfortunately that turns into this encounter you had with the woman that ends up the victim of the aggravated assault. Is that correct as well? Okay. And as I discussed with your mom, and as you and I have talked about many, many times, we're certainly not here today to minimize your role in what happened in the aftermath of what happened. Is that also correct?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that what happened was certainly terrible
Yes, sir.
and should have never happened.
Yes, sir.
However, we also, when anybody has to look at a situation like that and determine what do you do with someone who's been a part of involved in any situation, you've got to look at how it started, how it ended, but also look at the person in total.
Yes, sir.
Which is you, correct? And so she has to look. And one of the things, obviously, one of the things the judge wanted to know right off the bat was, well, let's look at you right now. I mean, she wanted to know right now, are you using drugs? So the first thing she said was, you know what? Let's cut the rubbish. Let's see right now, are you clean? And you showed her right off the jump, absolutely, I'm not using drugs. I'm clean. And you proved to her, right off the jump, you are. You're not using drugs. You're clean. And I know that she's going to have a concern, for example, about guns. So, we know from the PSI that your position is and has always been the gun you had that night you took from the man who was using the gun as he tried to get into your car. And she may be concerned, well, how do we know you didn't have a gun? And we know from the fact that there were multiple home visits done. This court is very proud of the fact that she keeps a good eye on her probationers by what's called home visits. Are you familiar with home visits?
Yes, sir.
And you have had home visits done, I believe, multiple times throughout your probation. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Twice a month.
Okay. And when they do home visits, they literally come into your home and check it out, don't they?
Yes, sir.
And one of the things they're looking for are things you're not supposed to have, like a gun,
Yes, sir.
correct? Okay.
That's one of the number one things she asked before she even come into the house. Is it any firearms in the house? No.
And they've never found a gun in your house.
Not
And you don't own a gun.
ammunition, guns, residue, anything like that.
Okay. Now, what they would find in your house is a child, right? Now, let's talk about that. What's your son's name?
Truth.
Truth. Okay. How old is he?
He's 4.
Now, your mom talked about the fact that in his life, he really has one parent.
Exactly.
And tell the judge a little bit about how that came to be. We know that he has a mom and a dad, but in his situation, the mom and the dad went to court. Is that correct?
Yes.
And what did the court decide as far as who was going to be in charge of his well-being and his upbringing?
They decided to grant me full custody of my child, and they granted her visitations Monday through Sunday, but she has not attended one of them.
And how long ago was it that the court granted you full custody?
This is about almost 3 years.
Okay. And so in 3 years, the mother of this child has had
Zero contact.
zero contact.
Yeah.
Although she's had, anytime she wants, she can pick up the phone, call you and say, hey, I'm ready to visit.
Yes.
And she's never taken that opportunity.
Not one time.
And so you're it, right?
Full time.
Okay. And to provide for him, one of the things you do is I know that your mom said you were shot prior to this incident, correct?
Yes, sir.
And tell us a little bit about where did that happen?
It was at a hookah lounge where, they just listen to music, have a little good vibe. Me and my friend, we was walking towards the car, and out the side of my right, I seen a light-skinned complected guy hanging out a window with a gun. One of my friends was struck in the right buttocks. I heard him screaming on the floor. So I tried to take cover, and I just felt my legs turn into noodles. So I flipped over the pole and just passed out. I had to get revived on the scene. And that was in November.
In November of 2022?
Mhm.
Okay. And obviously that slowed down your ability to work.
Yes.
And then this happened, we know, I think it was April of 23. So about a year ago, this incident occurred. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
But now you're able to work. And I think, as I understand it, you work, what's your employment?
Top level moving company. I've been there since October 25th, 2021. Yeah, 2021.
Okay. And you've had to take some breaks because of the injuries, but
The first bullet, it broke my shoulder. So I had recently had surgery. I have 2 screws right here, and I'm not able to, raise heavy objects or anything like that.
now, I asked you when we met relatively recently, we talked about long-term plans. And you said that you were blessed and that you had a probation officer who's kind of shepherding you and guiding you into a new career. Do you remember that discussion?
Oh, yes, sir.
Tell me a little bit about that.
First of all, I want to thank my probation officer, George Wilson, because that was the first time I ever met him. I think it was in March, the 1st of March, actually.
Of this year or last?
No, this year,
Okay.
because they kept changing my probation officer. But yeah, he told me about the CDL, and he gave me some paperwork for me to get started on my CDL and get a head start to start driving trucks, because that's one of the things I want to do is drive trucks and make deliveries, pick up loads. Some of my brothers, they do it right now, so it seemed like I take a good role in that and start doing the CDL driving. And also I just accomplished my driver's test course online, so I'm looking forward to getting my driver's license. And I just want to make things right and just stay on the right track, do what I got to do for my son, because I'm all he got. And I just want to be the best father I could be to him, because I didn't have a father when I was young. All I had was my mom, so I just wish stuff was different that night. Everything happened so fast. Everything, it just happened so fast. And I didn't want no one to get hurt. I didn't want to get hurt. Nothing, none of that was intentionally. That was not my plan to go out there and trip with anybody, approach anybody with any firearm and anything like that. I just wanted to question them about my vehicle. Why were y'all pulling on my vehicle? You know, so that's really it. Like, I just wish everything would have happened differently, and I wish it didn't happen so fast, you know. But besides the job stuff, yeah, I'm that's my main focus, is being a CDL driver. Like, that's one of my main focuses.
Now, once again, like we said earlier, we certainly, though, are not standing here denying our role in what, you know, certainly coming down the stairs and seeing somebody with a gun tampering with your car caused you some concern.
Yes, sir.
But what happened after that? We're not making excuses for what turned out to be some incredibly stupid behavior, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you and I together read the email she sent,
Yes, sir.
and it's horrifying what she's going through. Would you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
We read it out loud together, and your mom and I, and we all read it. And what were your thoughts when you heard those words?
My thoughts when I read her email, my thoughts was, this is not me. Like, in 30 seconds of that situation, like, that doesn't justify me. Like, that was not me at all. Like, that was not me. It just, like I said, it just happened so fast. And like, I'm sorry for her. Like, I wish things could have been different. I wish I would never even, you know, had any encounter with her at all, because that was not my intentions to hurt, anything like that. My intentions was not bad intentions at all. And I feel sorry for her, and I hope one day, you know, she'll get over that and be able to forgive me for all the wrongdoing that happened that night.
Now, you understand. Now, we're asking the judge to place you on deferred adjudication.
Mhm.
You've been on probation. You know, you've done well on probation. You've taken your classes. You've paid your monies. You've done your community service. You had an MTR for a case that was dismissed,
Mhm.
but your drug test had been negative.
Mhm.
You understand that the judge can continue to monitor you like she has. She can continue with the home visits.
Yes, sir.
She can ask you to, or ask you to pay restitution for this young woman to have counseling,
Yes, sir.
for any medical bills to reimburse her for any medical, out-of-pocket medical expenses, those types of things. You understand all of that, correct?
Yes, sir. And
Yes, sir, go ahead. I'm
I
sorry.
want to elaborate on the.
Sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry, ma'am. Go ahead, sir.
I want to elaborate about the probation. I was actually either 2 or 3 weeks from discharging from probation. My last probation officer, Miss Sydney, she was, I don't know how it worked when they have to, I guess, send you a letter or send somebody a letter just to tell them about me discharging from probation. So that was a big step in my life. Like, I was almost this close, you know, and then just a blink of an eye, all of that just shattered. And I just was so close. I was just so close. I was close.
But, and you realize, and I guess in the grand scheme of things, we're asking the judge to kind of take a leap of faith with you, because when you have a case like this, and you and I did this with the state, and we're not going to get into what plea bargaining we did with the state, but anytime you have a case, you can have an easy choice or a hard choice. You know, and when you're talking numbers with the state, they throw different numbers at you. You can just say, you know what? I don't want to try for probation. I'll just just send me to prison for X number of years. And it's a number much smaller than 8, considerably smaller than 8. But you said to me, I'll never forget this. You looked at me and said, Charles, I don't want to do that to my son. I don't want to show him that I just gave up and I turned my back on him. You said, give me this chance give me the day to talk to the judge and look her in the eye and prove to her and ask her to give me this chance. And I'll risk it. I'll risk the 8 if I can have this moment to try and talk to her and show her that I'm not the person that I was for that 30 or 45 seconds, right? You remember that discussion?
Yes, sir.
Because we could have taken the easy way and you didn't want it. You wanted to stand here and risk 5 or 6 additional years in prison just for this opportunity. And deferred adjudication comes with a tremendous risk. Instead of getting 2 or 3 or 4 years in prison, now you can get 8. And if you mess it up, you can get 20.
And I'm willing to bet.
I know you are. I'm standing with you. Say it again.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Oh, I'm willing to bet on that myself.
And I'm standing here with you shoulder to shoulder. And we're here today throwing ourselves at her mercy and asking her to give you that chance and give your son the chance to have you with him. But you have to look her in the eye and tell her why she should take this chance on you. Because if you just go by what she reads, there's really no reason to do it. So this is your chance. Why should she take this chance on you? And I know you're nervous, and I know you're writing things down, of course. And you can write things down. It's okay, because I'd be scared too if I were you.
I mean, oh, we don't know. I just honestly feel like I made a change when it comes to like probation, what they say, thug life, and like I got out of that. Ever since my brother was murdered, I got up out of that. Like I just want to do better. Like I just want to be the person to break the cycle with all the like, court system, court fees, probation, prison time. I just want to be the one to break the cycle. That's really it. I don't know. I just want to break the cycle. So, like, everybody has to pass away one day. So, when it is my time, I want to be able to, like,
Thank you.
I just want my son to remember me as, like, my dad was a superhero. Because that's what he always say. Oh, Dad, you're a superhero. You're a superhero. So, I just want him to remember me as a good father, as a superhero.
All right.
That's
Any
that's all the questions I have, Judge.
questions?
Just a few, Judge.
Okay.
Do you own a gun, sir?
No, sir.
Would it surprise you that when being interviewed as a part of this case that the person identified as your girlfriend by your mother said that you did own a gun?
I wouldn't believe that. I don't.
And in the stipulations that were included with the plea bargain agreement, that both the victim and her boyfriend reported that you came out of the apartment building with a gun.
I never approached any one of those parties with a firearm at all.
And that whenever you came out, it was because you'd seen them messing with your car.
Fidgeting with my back door on my right hand side.
But that they told you that their car had been broken into and that they had called the police. And that you mentioned that in the PSI, that they told you that their car had been broken into and that they had called the police.
Mm-hmm.
So the police were already on their way. Is that correct?
I kind of disagree because, this is why I disagree due to the fact I arrived home around 3 o'clock in the morning. The police station is, it's only like 10 minutes away. So if they did call the police, it seemed like it took them at least 2 hours to get there if they made a report about their vehicle getting broken into, because we had time, me and the guy, we had time to roll around on the floor. Get possession of the firearm. Him to empty out his magazine. It was just so much for them to have already, spoken with the police officers. And that doesn't even if they did speak to the police officers or anything like that, what does y'all vehicle have to do with mine? I work hard for that.
I understand that, sir. Would it surprise you that, again, in the stipulations, they talk about that they were just trying to see if any other cars had been broken into so that they could report it to the police? Would that surprise you that that was in the stipulations?
Yes. Yeah.
And that one of the witnesses, it would have been Demira Wilson. Do you know who that is?
I never met them. The reason why I met her cousins is due to the fact it was her birthday night.
And
So-
when we're talking about who are you talking about?
Demira, that's the first time I ever encountered Demira.
Okay. And then again, it was Sade, sorry about that. Sorry for butchering the name. Sade Hall, that Myra indicated that she did see you with a gun in your hand, and that Sade said that she didn't see you with a gun in her hand. So that there was already kind of some there's different stories that are happening there. Additionally, in the stipulations, the victim reports that once the boyfriend backed off, that you grabbed her by the hair and struck her multiple times in the head with your firearm. Does that surprise you that that's in the stipulations?
With a firearm.
With a firearm.
Mm-hmm.
Fair. She didn't have a weapon on her, did she?
I was pretty sure she had to. It was 2 guns. It was 2 of them, 1 of me. I never approached anybody with a firearm. So the second firearm had to come from her or him.
So did you take the gun from him or her?
I took the gun from him.
And then he shot you later when he got away.
Uh-huh.
So then she didn't have a firearm as far as you could tell.
As far as I could tell, no. I don't know where, no.
But you did, as you were holding her by the hair, strike her repeatedly while she was, in essence, defenseless. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yes or no, sir?
Yes.
Do superheroes strike women that don't have weapons on them?
No, sir.
Now, I wanted to talk to you about UAs really quickly. I know we showed your defense attorney this. It was things that were included in the MTR. Sorry, Mr. Bunk.
I know what you're going to ask, Judge. This is about something I have not been provided discovery on, so I'm going to object to this line of questioning.
All right.
This is something that allegedly happened yesterday that I just found out about an hour ago, and I have not had a chance to look at any of this at all. So,
Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to take a break, and we're going to come back next week.
okay.
And that'll give everybody a chance to look at what they need to look at.
Okay, Judge.
So how much time do you need to look at whatever the state wants to show?
That should be enough.
All right, so when can you all come back next week?
Any day you tell us.
Let me know.
Okay.
So let's pull out calendar. It's calling 2025 CR 001146, State versus Cynthia Deanna. Can I have parties announced?
Brandon Gray with the state.
Hillary Kustoff for the defense.
And are you Miss Cynthia Deanna? Did you review the motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it? Oh, you don't understand this?
No.
Okay. You don't understand that you're on probation?
No, I do understand that I'm on probation, but if I may say that with.
No. Let me just tell you.
Please.
This is a document.
Yes, ma'am.
This is a document that's a motion to revoke your deferred adjudication. In this document, it states what they're complaining about. So do you understand what they're complaining about?
I don't.
No, my question is,
No.
do you understand what's in this document?
I don't understand.
Okay.
Judge, may I ask an unconventional favor question? I just spoke with my client's daughter, who I think could be beneficial moral support for this and might have some insight as is she someone that you trust?
My daughter, yes,
How old are you?
I'm 48.
All right, so here's the thing.
I lost my child.
No. Here's my thing. No. My only question for you right now, this is a process. So to get to the process where you want to tell me what's going on in your life, the first thing I need to know is whether or not you understand this motion to revoke. It doesn't matter if you're saying, well, you know what? Let me give you a reason for why this isn't true. We're not at that point yet.
Okay.
Where we are is this document that says the state wants to revoke your probation. Has that been explained to you by your attorney?
Yes.
Do you understand it?
Yes.
No, I mean, if you don't understand it, just tell me. You don't?
I don't.
All right, so if you think she needs to be evaluated for competency, you can do that. This will be reset.
No, I don't think that, yes, I do know what she's saying. Yes,
So do you understand this document?
yes,
All right, are you the same Cynthia J. Dino who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2025 CR 001146 for the offense of assault causing bodily injury on June 2nd, 2025 for a period of 1 year and extended for 1 year? Is that you?
for 1 year, yes.
State, proceed.
Judge, we proceeding on a violation of condition number 2, specifically that on or about the 8th day of April 2026 in Berry County, Texas, the defendant Cynthia J. Dieno did then and there consume alcoholic beverages in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to
Wait.
that? True or not true?
What day was this? When are we talking about?
It's the document that we read earlier.
But
Which condition? You're talking about number 2. They are saying that on April 8th, 2026, you drank, they're using the word consume, but they're saying you drank alcohol. Did you do that?
no,
All right, so she's pleading not true to violation of condition number 2. What's next?
Judge, will also be proceeding on violation of condition number 4, specifically that in Berry County, Texas, the defendant Cynthia J. Dieno did then and there fail to report to the supervision
Slow down.
officer. My apologies, Judge.
That's okay.
As directed for the months of April 2026 in violation of condition number 4.
So number 4, they're saying you didn't report in April 2026. Yes or no?
that is
Not
not,
excuse, yes or no? True or not true?
not true.
All right.
Judge will also be proceeding on a violation of condition number 13, specifically that on or about the 18th day of May 2026 in Berry County, Texas, the defendant Cynthia J. Dieno did then and there operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license in violation of condition number 13.
True or not true?
Not true.
Judge will also be proceeding on another violation of condition number 13, specifically that on or about the 26th day of May 2026 in Berry County, Texas, the defendant Cynthia J. Dieno did then and there operate a motor vehicle without a valid Texas driver's license in violation of condition number 13.
Not true.
Yes. 29?
Judge will be proceeding on violation of condition number 29, specifically that on or about the 18th day of May 2026 in Berry County, Texas, the defendant Cynthia J. Dieno did then and there operate or control a motor vehicle not equipped with an approved ignition interlock device as instructed by the court in violation of condition number 29.
True or not true?
Not true.
All right, thank you. We're going to set this for a contested hearing. Y'all going to be back the second week in in July for a contested hearing on this matter.
May I just say something?
No.
Please, Ms. Boyd,
No, thank you.
Ms. Boyd.
All right, we're going to bring you back on the second week in July, and at that time, we'll have a hearing, okay? And then the state will have to present evidence to substantiate the allegations that they have in the motion. If they are not able to prove it up, then the court will find it not true. If they do prove it up, then the court will find it true.
Judge, for the record, if I may, my client is not satisfied with my representation and would like to file complaints about me with
I've only
whatever.
been on it for 2 days. She doesn't, I asked her to hear me out. She didn't want to hear any of the things that I have.
All right, so this is what I can say. I've heard you in the box with your attorney all morning. This is coming back for a contested hearing, and it's coming back for a contested hearing the week. I'm sorry, what?
July 6th.
No, let's give them,
I just wanted to hear me out, so, you know. I asked you to hear me
I
out.
am hearing you out.
tell Norm it's gonna have to be the July 9th, so defense counsel will have enough time. So we'll see you back on July 9th for a contested hearing.
My daughter's number. Can you give it to me?
Yes, I can.
No.
Yes.
All right, court is calling 2023 CR 0056, State of Texas versus Thomas Navarro. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
William Davidson.
And are you Mr. Navarro? All right, you entered a plea to count 2 on May 28th of no contest. You pled true to the enhancement. The court found that enhancement true. Your range of punishment is anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life because it's a first-degree felony. However, according to the plea bargain agreement, Your punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 10 years in the prison. The state is opposed to your application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. There's a $1,500 fine. The state is taking 2 causes into consideration. And then there's restitution to 6 persons and 1 entity, and that will be Circle K at Crestway. All right, there was not a PSI requested in this case. Defense, do you have any witnesses?
It's my client now. Well, actually, I have one more witness who just showed up.
Sure.
Shannon, what's your last name?
No.
Dell.
All right, if you'll step back here, sir. Defense, call your witness.
Shannon? And here's the post-court
All
degree.
right, if you can raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand. Make sure you keep your voice up so the court reporter can hear and I can hear.
Okay.
All right, state your name for the record.
Shannon Dowdell.
Shannon
Dowdell. Dowdell.
To put him on the probation, would you help him go to his appointments or do anything he had to do to comply?
Of course.
And do you have a criminal background?
No, Your Honor.
Yeah. And are you addicted to any drugs?
No.
And where was he working prior to this?
He was working for, he was lifting houses and leveling out the foundation of homes.
Okay. Do you know whether or not he could get that job back? Or-
Yes, it's waiting for him.
And as far as drug treatment, how does he address his heroin problem at this point?
He had just started using methadone prior to this.
When you say methadone, you mean a clinic?
Yes.
And you're aware of this case before you came in here today, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, pass it, Sean.
All right.
I'm sorry, man, what's your full name?
Shannon Dowdell.
So you were there when he was arrested on October 17th, 2022?
No, I was not.
You're Kim Dell, right?
Yes.
No,
Oh, in the car when we got pulled over, yes, I was the driver.
because you were there, heroin was found on him,
It was not found on him.
found in the car.
It was not found in the car.
It wasn't found.
The police officer had found it, on underneath like the passenger side on the ground.
Stepped out of the car.
No, not when he stepped out of the car. We had actually, no, it was not. Okay.
Was there marijuana found in the car?
Yes, there was.
You charged with that?
No, I was not.
And you're also aware that that Mr. Navarro is also a documented, Texas Mafia member?
I heard that was his past.
That's his past.
Yes.
When did he leave that organization?
I'm not aware.
So you're not aware when he left, but you're aware that he did leave.
Yes.
No further questions, John.
That's all I have for this one, Sean.
All right. Do you have any children?
Yes, I do.
What are their ages?
25, 21, 18, 17, 10, 9, and about to be 8.
All right, you say 10, 9, and what else?
About to be 8. He'll be 8 on the 23rd of this.
All right, and do your children live with you?
Yes, they do.
All right, so you knew of Mr. Navarro's past before you started dating him?
I did, Your Honor.
All right, and so has he been living with you?
He did live with me, Your Honor.
All right.
During the time that he lived with me, he was clean. He wasn't doing any drugs. He was going to work every day. He was giving me his paycheck. When he did relapse, he was not allowed to be in my home. And that's apparently when all of this has come
So,
up.
but you knew about his past and you thought this would be a great influence for your children?
He was not on drugs when I
Now,
met him.
my question is, you knew about his past, you knew about the gang affiliation, and you thought this would be the person to bring in your children's life?
I didn't know him in his past, Your Honor, but when I had met Navarro, he was sober, he was clean, he's a great role model when he's not on drugs. My kids look up to that man very much. When he is on drugs, he does make poor decisions. I do respect the fact that he reached out to try to get help. I watched him go through that. My kids did not see any of that, Your Honor.
All right, so when you were in the vehicle with him,
Yes,
you knew there was marijuana in the vehicle.
I didn't, Your Honor.
So you didn't know about any of the drugs being in the vehicle?
No, I didn't.
All right. Any other questions?
No, yeah.
All right, thank you. Call your next witness.
My client, Your Honor, Thomas Navarro.
All right, if he can come back up. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand. Make sure you keep your voice up for me and the court reporter. If you'll state your name for the record.
Thomas Navarro.
All right, defense.
Thomas, you know why you're here today, right?
Yes, sir.
And do you have a drug problem?
Yes, sir.
And what's your drug of choice?
Heroin.
And if this judge sees fit to put you on deferred probation, will you abide by the terms and conditions, including any kind of treatment program?
Yes, sir.
And what kind of treatment were you engaging in before you were arrested for this offense?
I'm gonna talk about no penny.
And was that helping?
Yes, sir.
And on the day that this happened, were you still a Mexican Mafia member?
No, sir.
When did you leave that
2014.
2014? So you're an ex-Mexican Mafia member, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And if this judge puts you on probation, do you have a job?
Yes, sir.
And what's it doing?
Leveling houses.
What?
Stone house, leveling houses.
Leveling houses, okay. And who would you be living with?
With Shannon.
With who?
Shannon.
Shannon. Do you have other family here in town?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Who?
I have my brother and my mom.
Okay.
My son
And your son. Where does your son work?
at Walmart.
Are these people supportive of you?
Yes, sir.
Do you think you could complete a deferred adjudication probation without having to get revoked and come back and be sentenced?
Yes, sir.
And you understand this is a first degree felony. What could you be sentenced to in the worst case? You want to come back, do you? Pass witness.
State.
Yes, Mr. Navarro, you admit that you were convicted of the repeat allegation, which was possession of 1 to 4 grams back in 2020.
Yes, sir.
But you also had a conviction for aggravated assault with deadly weapon in 2008. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You were sent to prison. You actually received probation, but then you were subsequently sent to prison. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. No further questions, John.
All right.
I have no questions, John.
All right, any other witnesses?
No.
Court will hear argument. State, what are you requesting?
State requested 10 years of TBC.
Defense?
We are requesting some level of deferred probation. My client has a place to stay. He has a plan to deal with his drug habit. You've heard his girlfriend come up here and tell you that she's going to help out with him. And he's also resigned from the Mexican Mafia.
Okay. All right. Mr. Navarro, I want you to know that I've heard everything that both parties have said. I've internalized everything. I've listened to the testimony, your testimony, and the testimony of the witness. I don't believe you're a good candidate for probation. As previously stated, I'm finding the enhancement true. I'm going to find you guilty, sentence you to 10 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. I request the therapeutic community. It doesn't increase the time that you're in prison. There's to be restitution and no contact with Circle K at 5100 Crest Way in Windcrest, Texas, 78239. Jennifer Green, Michael Shannon, Luis Molina, Amanda Aldana, William Blue, Christopher Johnson, and there's to be no contact with Shannon Dow. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, You're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you, okay?
Thank you.
All right, you all are scheduled for jury trial today.
We are. I filed a motion for continuance yesterday. I came in last week and talked to the state. I talked with Daniel Escobar. They're not opposed to the continuance. We requested medical records from the primary care provider of the deceased complaining witness. It was over 1,500 pages. Was in back-to-back jury trials. I've been through most of it, but at this point, what's telling is that particular complaining witness went to his primary care provider the day before and verified that he was taking 20 different medications.
All right, so let me stop you. One, I don't have a copy for the motion for continuance, so
Sorry.
no problem.
It's all in there.
All right, so here's my question. I don't know anything about your case. This manslaughter case, is it involving a vehicle?
It is.
Okay,
Both parties were in a vehicle.
all right. So this is, I guess, alleged to, well, the state is alleging it's manslaughter. I'm assuming there's accident or
It
something?
is. And the
Okay.
point of contention is going to be causation. So that's going to be a heavily litigated issue.
All right, we're going to go on the record. Court is calling 2023 CR 8868, State of Texas versus Samuel Brock. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Andrew Harrison.
Defense?
Jody Sawyers.
And are you Mr. Brock?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, defense has filed a motion for continuance. State, do you have any objections? All right, so this case has been going on in this court since January 2024. And I'm just receiving information that there may be medical records for the complainant. Why am I just now receiving this?
That's a great question. The state asked for 3 continuances while they said they were talking to the complaining witness, and we thought we were going to work this case out. And when they talked to the complaining witness, they still had to talk to their superiors. So the state got 3
Wait,
continuances.
complaining witnesses, it's a manslaughter that they,
Their family, his family.
the family,
I
okay.
apologize. To be clear, his family. So, I mean, we thought we were going to resolve this case. And that's what we were led to believe at the last setting that we had. We were not able to resolve it. And that is what shifted gears. So we are not, I mean, we have the records, but we don't have the records that are behind the autopsy reports that we now need, because as I put in there, the drug screen initially says no drugs detected, but now I need the underlying data because I have something that actually contradicts the fact that this particular complaining witness would have and should have had stuff in his system.
so you're assuming that because he was prescribed these medications, he was taking these medications?
Well, he said the day before to his doctor he was taking them. So that, and coupled with the fact that I need to see what they screened for. It's possible that they didn't test, that these wouldn't have triggered, and I need to know that. So that's where we're looking for that data as well from the state, as well as we need time to get experts, which we believe it will take us approximately 30 to 60 days. I'm asking for a reset toward the end of August.
Okay, I can tell you right now, we're not doing 30 to 60 days for a jury trial. You all are coming back because this is an old case. We've been dealing with discovery since January, and I know people don't think that's old, but in this court, that's old. So this is what's going to end up happening. We're coming back, and we're coming back on July 15th. On July 15th, state whatever records you have from the autopsy report, whatever medical data as it relates to drug testing needs to be turned over at that time or before that time to the defense. And defense, you need to specifically address with the state what you're looking for with regards to those records. And then you all need to be off record and talk to the inmate and see whether the toxicology report is. Does everyone understand?
Yes.
The records that you've received, they're going to have been reviewed by the 15th. Okay?
Now, Your Honor, just to let the court know, I have had a vacation letter on file for the 15th through the 22nd for months now. It's my 50th birthday.
Oh, no, you got to celebrate your birthday. So we're going to come back on July 10th.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Oh, and happy 50th.
Thank you.
They say that's the best one.
Ted keeps saying it only comes around once, and I was like, so did my 49. I don't understand why.
And you know, when you tell people you're 29, that's the one that they don't believe. Because when I was 29, they're like, you're not 29. Either, you know, nobody is ever 29. They act as though that age does not exist. But oh, when I was 50, those were the days. All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Have a good day, Your Honor.
Thank you, and thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Court is calling 2024 CR 012780 State versus Brendan Hudson. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Lauren Espinoza for the state.
Joanne Akel for Mr. Hudson.
Are you Mr. Hudson? Hello, hi. Good afternoon. Counsel, you received all discovery. Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Hudson, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Judge, we are not. And we are proceeding on the lesser included of attempted of this.
All right, any objections?
No objection, Judge.
All right, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? The state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of attempted. That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational or factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Mr. Hudson, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea? Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
If you're not a U.S. citizen, by entering this plea, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and re-entry. Did you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 18 months in the state jail facility. The state will take in consideration 728-915. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
State defense?
Yes, Judge.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with defenses of
Yes.
plea? Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes.
Assigning that you're waiving your right to appeal, the only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, any such motions?
No, Judge.
Then to the lesser included offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Yes.
State any evidence.
Yes, Your Honor. State offers states exhibit 1 in all attachment.
No objection, Judge.
All right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept in the evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
Court will find you guilty. The court will sentence you to 1 year in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served, taking consideration County Court cause number 728-915, and the weapon is to be destroyed. Did you review the trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Does this plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question of what that is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, make better decisions. Good luck to you.
Judge, one thing, we've attached verification of incarceration from Georgia, which states he was incarcerated from 5/22/24 to 2/4/26.
All right,
We'd
you
ask-
receive credit for that. Just let the clerk know.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Thank you. That's yours, counsel.
Thank you.
All right, who's next? You're welcome. Have a good one.
Judge, is
All right.
that judgment satisfied?
I'm not allowed to do that on the state jail facilities because when it's a state jail facility matter, what ends up happening is they'll give you the time, whatever time you have in, and they will still transfer you to the state jail facility maybe, and then release you from there.
From 5/22/24 to 2/4/26.
All right,
We'd
you
ask-
receive credit for that. Just let the
Last probation officer, Miss Sydney, she was I don't know how it work when they have to, I guess, send you a letter or. And just like that, the case hangs in the balance. A father fighting for his future, a victim living with trauma, and a judge holding all the power. Justice does not always move fast, but it definitely forces people to face reality. Let me know what you think the final verdict should be, and I will see you in the next video.